I shall discuss André Malraux's book The Conquerors. Written in 1928, it was edited and published again in its definitive version in 1956. The book is in the form of a journal. It starts after the beginning of the strike and revolt against colonial powers, aka the British, in Hong Kong and Canton, China, in 1925 to 1926, and follows through before the fallout between the Kuomintang and the Communist Party. It is written in such a way that the gradual unfolding of the historical recount of the revolutionary events follows the literary narrative structure of the book, so wisely knit that it is almost invisible, tricking the reader into believing that everything that takes place are the actual events and thoughts of his protagonists. Malraux emphasizes this through the mixture of fictional and non-fictional characters, along with a convincing presentation of the unfolding of a revolution in stages. Different people and different actions are required in each stage. As the book moves to its narrative climax and escalation of events, some of the protagonists die, some end up murdered, some survive, and some are soon consumed by their revolutionary fervor. The Conquerors is a sad book. The atmosphere is that of uncertainty and fear. A fear imposed by historical circumstances and by the arbitrary decisions of those on all sides who run the business. Theory, Marxist economics, and the Soviet experience serve as objectifiers of the arbitrary, but still, the transition to a different social structure encompasses violence and death. And leaders. And agents who work as agents provocateurs and pave the way for smoothly exporting revolution. China, on its soil, in The Conquerors, has agents, experienced propaganda, and army officers with different if not antagonizing socio-political agendas. Like Graham Greene in The Power and the Glory, or any great espionage novel, The Conquerors unveils the unseen, what lies behind the curtain, the coming and going of various agents and powers, seriously questioning issues of independence and interdependence. It is an almost practical manual regarding the levels needed in organizing an uprising, along with the labyrinth and intertwining of powers and interests that work for or against it. Malraux came from a country with a famous revolutionary tradition, France, which echoes in the atmosphere of the book, in the expertise of the writer, in the central role that he saves for himself, in the maneuvering of the narrative to show his enthusiasm to relive a revolutionary era. Like Hugo, who sets scenes of street fights in The Misérables, Malraux sets scenes in early 20th century China as a connoisseur. The heroes of his book resonate a serene disappointment, a stoicism of patrician grandeur, a state of being possibly stemming from the bitter experience of the French Revolution, the terror, and the assassinations of the former heroes of the people executed by their political party or by their friends. Antagonism, power, and treason, characteristics of human nature, inevitably form part of the revolutionary game too. Who can tell what turn such an event will take, which historical powers will interfere or what personal beliefs will pose as historical necessity? The narrator and journal keeper is supposedly a man who travels on the broader region gathering information and reporting to Guérin, the leader of the propaganda bureau. Like Ishmael and Moby Dick, he does not give away his identity. Like Ishmael, he is a survivor and is responsible for telling the story as best as he can. It is a bittersweet story of critical historical moments in which he proudly partakes while witnessing his friends, acquaintances, and comrades perish one by one, hit by the gigantic tail of the white whale, the untamed, unattainable vision of the transformation of society.